Good evening. It is a Wednesday evening, July 30th, here in Washington, D.C., in Georgetown. And this is a foreign mission facility that I did not capture during my embassy tours. This is the Royal Thai Embassy's Foreign Missions Office here in Washington, D.C. So in a prior... We'll wait for all the honking to go by. In a prior video, I captured the Royal Thai Embassy, but this is another office, part of that foreign mission. No idea. Oh, look, okay, this is what all the honking's about. No idea what's going on here. Oh, I think I do. So I will steer away from those flags. Lovely. Lovely protest. Anyway, back to the Royal Thai Embassy's Office of Foreign Affairs. We're here in Georgetown, and we're going to take a walk up to M Street and grab something to eat. Hope everyone is having a lovely evening. Here in Georgetown, we'll take a look at some historic buildings along the way, and I'm going to talk really loud over the music. We're hearing lots of music right now. Hello, Shrek. Nice to meet you. I'm going to go mute just for a second while we pass all this music. Everybody's enjoying themselves tonight for sure. The music's super loud. So we're in Georgetown in Washington, D.C., the oldest part of Washington, D.C., with some of the oldest homes in Washington and in the country. Georgetown was a hub for trade as early as the 1700s. I'm sorry, I'm walking really fast. Well, hello from Turkey. That's fantastic. No, I don't speak Italian. Hello, Fabietto. Hello, Nastizi and Layton. Which Washington? This is Washington, D.C. This is the Georgetown area of Washington. And I'm crossing over the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. And as you can see, there's no water. The C&O Canal is currently drained. It's being refurbished in different phases. This used to be obviously water. This was an important waterway for trade between Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio. But it's all grown over right now. This used to be water, not too long ago either. It was water. We'll cross over on the other side and get a look here. But if you visit Washington, D.C., make time to come to Georgetown. Great restaurants and shopping and tons and tons and tons of history everywhere you go. Hi, Julian. Nice to see you. Oh, from Indonesia. Wonderful. Thought this was Northeast England. No, I'll be... I love England, though. Hello, Zainel. Very nice to see you. Let's cross over. Lots and lots to do here in Georgetown. So the history that's here in Georgetown is everywhere you look. Many of these buildings are former historic warehouses. As goods came up, not only the canal, but the Potomac River, which is that way. They were stored in these warehouses. Things like tobacco and produce and wheat and coal was coming down from Pennsylvania and Ohio and Virginia and West Virginia, and all being traded here. So some of these buildings go back quite a ways. And this monument commemorates the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal Company in 1850. Now, the canal was actually started in 1828, the same year that the railroad started in Baltimore, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, which sort of made the canal a little obsolete from day one. And I'm going to be very gentle and touch this sign, but you can see here, July 4th, 1828 is the day that the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal began in Georgetown, the very same week that the B&O Railroad began in Baltimore. The race was on, and as we know, the railroad won. But this was still a really important part of the trade here in Washington, D.C. Hello, Shadow Titan. Nice to meet you. Hi, Shrek. What is the statue? Yeah, I can. I'm sorry. I can read, Shrek. I definitely can read the sign. Baltimore and Ohio Canal commenced at Georgetown, July 4th, 1828. Chief engineer was Benjamin Wright. But here you can see the canal absent the water. But this is also the C&O Canal, the tow path that parallels the canal is a hiking trail that is preserved by our National Park Service. It's 182 miles, and one of my goals is to hike all of it. I've hiked about half of it. I can only go a mile or two at a time because, I hike a mile or two and then I got to come back a mile or two. But I'm going to try to do all the mile markers. That's on my completionist list to do. But this is the view, and even just a few years back, you would have sat at these restaurants and had a really nice view of the water, but not to be today. But let's keep heading up to M Street, which is the main road here. Julian, how crazy is it that the internet allows us to travel in both space and time? It's like I'm there walking alongside you. Oh, that's so cool. That is so good. Without the canal, looks a bit like some parts of Oslo Center. Oh, cool. That's where are the drug addicts? Oh, Alamgir. You'll find them. We'll see them for sure. I won't point them out, but I'm sure you'll see them. So we're heading up. This is Wisconsin Avenue. This is the main North and South Street here in Georgetown, like kind of the main crossroads, with M Street, which is the main east-west street. I'm gonna have to go mute just for a second again because of some really loud music. So just bear with me and enjoy the walk. Everyone has their music absolutely blasting and all their windows down, and so the noise is just outrageous. And that music is actually a DJ right on the street, so that one will get me in some trouble, I'm sure. Hey, oh, good. Hello, Cave Brody. So you might remember this corner from if you joined me for my walk over the weekend. We walked down Wisconsin Avenue and took a look at this historic building here. But we're gonna take a walk west today on M Street, past some of the historic buildings and shops. I have to keep talking because of all this music. And it's a Wednesday night. I mean, it's usually not this crazy until Thursday night. But, oh well, everyone's having a good time. Am I in Italy? No, I'm in Washington, D.C., believe it or not. I'm in the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C., checking out the main street. Hi, Angela. Angela, I've been in Philly, many times. I did a couple of live streams there. We did the Rocky Steps and the Rocky Tour. Our film club, which gets together every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time here in the U.S. We did Rocky a few weeks ago, and so I was in Philly. Hi, Schmeezy. Very nice to meet you. Glad you could join. I stream one night a week, and usually one Sunday or Saturday morning. And that's just a beautiful sunset right there. During COVID, the restaurants moved their seating outside, and most of them kept seating outside, which is a real treat. Now, what they had to give up was the parking. And that's okay, because you can find parking on the side streets here. It's not as hard as people think. Many people think that you can't park in Washington, either here in the, kind of the beyond the main government buildings, or around the downtown National Mall area, but you can. You just have to be patient and know where to look. And just be careful of parking garages. Parking on the street costs a few dollars for 2 or 3 hours. Parking in a garage can cost you $30 just for an hour or two. Hi, John Edward. This is Washington, D.C. This is the Georgetown area of Washington, D.C. We're checking out some historic buildings, many of which are now shops or restaurants. And when I get a chance, I think I'm going to cross over across the street. Glad you could join. I take little historic walks at least one evening each week, and usually on Saturday or Sunday morning for a more extended walk. So I'm glad you could join. I'm a historian and a writer and a researcher, and I started making little short videos just to document my research, and had no idea anyone would be interested. But when I started live streaming, people started joining. So glad you're here with me. Now this building here, I don't know what it was originally, and so maybe there will be a sign. I know it as the former Dina DeLuca gourmet store. I think it used to be a market. I'm sure it was a market. But Dina DeLuca moved out just a few years ago, and now it's a new restaurant. We'll have to check that out sometime. Where's the ice cream? Diziz Fred, there is ice cream. We will definitely point out some ice cream places here. And you can get a good view this way of M Street. M Street used to be called Bridge Street back in the day, because to get to Washington, D.C. proper, where all the offices and government buildings are, you would take this street over Rock Creek, over the bridge over Rock Creek. So this used to be called Bridge Street. So many of the business owners and politicians and government officials who worked in Washington all day long, some of them lived here and still live here in Georgetown. This was like going to the country, even though it's only like a half an hour walk, a quick carriage ride, or a very fast cycle from downtown DC. I do apologize. I'm going to walk really fast across the streets just to be safe. And now we'll get a view back across the street at that historic market building, which is now Mazza Osteria Wanteca. I'm so sorry, I don't know my Italian. Someone asked me earlier if I speak Italian. The answer is no. Hi, Ben. You used to live off of 4th and H Street. We were there like 2 weekends ago around Chinatown, which is definitely the H Street area. The waterfront straight ahead. Yes, waterfront straight ahead. Absolutely. And I've done a few streams on the waterfront. I didn't do it tonight because I thought that's where all the live music would be that I can't record and stream. But no, today all the live music is right here, everywhere I'm walking. So I have to keep talking like a maniac over all this music. So I do apologize. And right now I'm just gonna go mute for a second because of this music. Sorry about that. I have to keep doing that. Everybody's out having a good time. The restaurants have the music going. The cars have the music going. So I have to constantly talk. And that was Toto by... No, that was Africa by Toto, right? Here's another good view of some historic buildings on M Street here in Georgetown. Some of these buildings date back to the 1700s. There's a home down the other side of the street. It's called the Old Stone House, which happens to be a stone house that dates to 1765. And I know for many people in Europe especially, that is not old. But here in the United States, that's the oldest home in Washington, D.C. It's called the Old Stone House, 1765. For the rest of you in Europe, I know you got places that are thousands of years old. And we may cut this stream short if it actually starts raining. It looks like it's raining. Now this place here, this is the famous or infamous Georgetown cupcake. And up until very recently, any morning that it's open, there would be lines all the way up this block waiting for this place to open for its cupcakes. Recently, not so many lines. I think the cupcake fad has reached its peak. And for me personally, I mean, I like their cupcakes, but they're just cupcakes. It's not worth waiting in line for 3 hours for a bag of cupcakes. And they're kind of pricey. But those lines don't exist anymore. You can just walk up as these people are doing and get a bag of cupcakes. All right, we'll cross over here while it's safe. Hi, everyone. I appreciate that, Bill. That's a very good reminder because there's always some driver. So I do try to take my time, cross carefully. I like this block. I really do like this block of, what were old shops and now are shops today. These were built in the 1800s for the United States. That's old. Georgetown is a mix of, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say upper class. Some one-off shops for sure. But also you'll get your H&M here and some of the chain stores, but mostly for the most part, these are unique shops here in this area. Is Georgetown Waterfront Sunday Fun Day still popping? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Sunday Fun Day is at Georgetown. I know it's great on Sundays. And it's kind of fun when the boats are out and the boats are racing. So that's kind of cool. Is that the place Whoopi tried to shame? Oh, I don't remember what place it was. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what shop it was because she thought she was so important, right? But I don't remember what that was. Hi, Quaris, Franklin. We're in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. Hi, KXY. Thank you for joining from Germany. I do appreciate it. It's turning into a nice evening. It was like 98 degrees today. It's a little cooler now. But for me, this is not the time to try to drive home from work. I would just be stuck in this traffic. So in the evenings, I usually take a little walk from wherever I'm working. And there is no shortage of history to see in and around Washington, D.C. We'll continue to walk west on the north side of Emma Street. here in Georgetown. We'll take a look at some of the, now across the way, directly across the way, you can maybe barely see it. Oh, now there's a car in the way. Katie's Alley, in between the shops at 3116 and 3118 M Street is Katie's Alley. We're gonna walk down there because I've decided where I wanna get my snack. And we're gonna get our snack at Leopold's Cafe, which is down there in Katie's Alley. Leopold's is an Austrian restaurant. So you get your Austrian pastries and all kinds of great stuff there. Yeah, right down the stairs. Oh, good. Good to see other places around the world. Well, thanks, Diziz. Very nice. Yes, Georgetown, Washington, D.C., Bill. This is Georgetown in Washington, D.C. So if we were to continue, well, I'll show you. If we were to continue to walk this way, we'd be at Georgetown University. And this, so on, when was I here? Saturday? I was a few blocks up, and here's one of the dangers of this part of Washington, D.C. These huge cobblestones. So please do visit, but please do be careful. There are usually brick sidewalks, and there's always a brick or two missing as well. But Diziz, you asked for ice cream. Here we are. But the building is a historic little tavern hamburger shop. There are only a handful of these left in the United States, and there happen to be two right here in Georgetown. And on Saturday, we visited the one up on Wisconsin Avenue, and here's the one on M Street. Ice cream jubilee. Yay for ice cream. Absolutely. Daryl! Whoops. Sorry, Daryl. I almost deleted you. I didn't mean to do that. I was excited to see you, Daryl. And the Rogues Point Pirate, great to see you. Hi, Hector. I need to talk because of this music, so I'm going to go on mute just for a second. So sorry. Why are so many people playing such loud music? It's because everyone's windows are down in their cars because it's so flippin' hot here. Daryl, it's so great to see you. Leopold means bold of the people. All right, we'll take that. Miss Sinna in Australia has the best ice cream. Oh, good, we'll remember that. Thank you, Nicola. Bill has done a lot of driveways. Oh my gosh, Bill. These cobblestones are crazy. Robert, hey Robert, how are you doing? Robert says, how are you doing tonight? Be blessed. Wish I could stay, not feeling great. Gotta take your payment. Well, Robert, I hope you're feeling better soon. Cheers to Robert and everyone. Check out Steel Leg of History's gaming channel. He does games. He and I did Elden Ring together. We did Team Elden Ring. And had a really good time with it. I am an Elden Ring guru, by the way. I am. This is 34th Street, and if you were with us on Saturday, we were north. We were way up north here on 34th Street, looking at the residences here in Georgetown. But today we're Today we're taking a look at the businesses, the historic business fronts here in Georgetown. Tommy, hey Tommy boy, Elden Ring is awesome. It's my favorite. It's my favorite game of all time. Caleb Diniz. This is Georgetown in Washington, D.C. This is Georgetown. All right, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it just in case film club, just in case the film The Exorcist ever comes up on the film club. So the setting for the film The Exorcist, not the book, because the book was based on, or maybe the book is based in Georgetown. The real alleged story was in Mount Rainier, Maryland, not Georgetown. But anyway, I'm diverting. So the story in the film takes place in Georgetown at the home of an actress here on one of these beautiful residential streets in Georgetown. Now, Georgetown, unlike the rest of Washington, D.C., is a little bit hilly. And If you remember the pivotal scene at the end, when Father Marin, or the other Father, Carrick, brother, the other priest, I think it's Father Carrick, is tossed out the window by the demon. That's right, Father Marin is given a heart attack while trying to exorcise the demon. Father Marin, by the way, played by Max von Sydow from the film The Seventh Sign that we watched last Saturday on Film Club. So there's always a thread with Film Club. But back to The Exorcist. But we'll take a minute here to check out Rosslyn, which is across the bridge. This is Rosslyn, Virginia, because this bridge, which is the Key Bridge, crosses over the Potomac River. Back to The Exorcist again. So at the pivotal scene, when Father, whatever his name is chucked out the window by the demon, he then tumbles down this amazingly ridiculous high flight of stairs that must have only been conceived by a movie. But no, those stairs are real. And we'll check out those stairs. So you can see, steep hill here. It's getting hilly to the right, I'm sorry. Whoops. You found your wife in New York, but had other great girlfriends, like in Canton, Ohio. Father Carrot? Carol? I don't think it was Carrot. Oh man. Isn't it Carrick? Father Carrick? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts, Daryl. Hello, Harry-O. Did George Washington ever throw a silver dollar across the Potomac? Well, here's the thing. The Potomac, even at its most narrow point, is pretty wide. So I would venture no, but if it happened to be a drought, maybe. Now this building here, this car barn, was a big old warehouse built in 1895, as you can see. So I doubt it. I think most historians say, nah, even if you kind of frisbeed it across, silver dollars are heavy. You know, it couldn't get the lift. It wouldn't get enough speed to keep the lift to go across the Potomac unless it was a drought and maybe he could walk halfway across. Now, I have walked partway across the Potomac at Harper's Ferry, but that's not where Washington was. So, great question. I think history will say no. Ben, hi, you found me. I'm so glad you found me, Ben. We're in Georgetown and we're taking a little detour for a little bit of strange history, movie magic, to see the steps where the priest was flung down in the film The Exorcist. There are actually people who come here because they think the story of The Exorcist was real and that a priest was flung down these steps. But as you can see, it's quite a ways down. It's a heck of a way down these stairs. So yeah, if you were flung out a window, which I don't even know if there's a home up there. I don't think so. So he would have been flung out the window and down all of these 70, 80 steps. Yeah, it's a heck of a way down. It is. But it's movie history. And so I'm sure we'll talk about The Exorcist at some point on Film Club, because it is on the wheel of film. So here you do get a good view of the Key Bridge. This is the Washington, D.C. Key Bridge, not to be confused with the bridge that collapsed in Baltimore a few years ago, which was also the Key Bridge. But this one connects Georgetown with Rosslyn, Virginia. And that's the one more time, skyscrapers across the way there. Not really skyscrapers, but office buildings. I'm gonna pick up my pace a wee bit because I'm feeling a few raindrops. And I've parked a very long way from here. And I'm in a business suit. So we're gonna walk a little faster and head to Katie's Alley to get a snack at Leopold's.
I feel like it's a new quality.
Oh, Exorcist 3, he is still alive. Oh my gosh. So let's see. Exorcist 1 was great. Exorcist 2 was terrible. But I thought Exorcist 3 was okay. And it's probably owing in large part to George C. Scott. But yeah, he was the father, the priest was in an asylum, right? In Exorcist 3, and George C. Scott, the police chief, had to visit him. I didn't mind that. I just loved George C. Scott. It's confusing for Canadians going across the border now. Oh, I bet. I'll bet. Now, we could walk across the Key Bridge. We're not doing that. I made the mistake of walking across the Woodrow Wilson Bridge like a year and a half ago. I see people crossing every morning when I cross it to go to work. But now I realize that all those people I see probably only ever do it once and then will never, ever, ever do it again. Any old train stations? Not here in Georgetown. Not here in Georgetown. This is, but in some of my other adventures, there are always train stations. I have some videos on my channel documenting some Civil War adventures of my ancestors, and there's always a train station. Always a train station. So check out Karis. Thank you, Daryl. Father Karis. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was gonna bother the heck out of me. I was gonna have to ask a stranger on the street. And here's the view across the Key Bridge. Hi, Katie Katz. Great to see you. What's this about? We're here in Georgetown in Washington, D.C. And we're just taking a walk. Checking out the history. We're on M Street. So today we're checking out the historical commercial buildings, the old former shops, warehouses, offices. A few days ago, we went and did the residential area so we could see all the old homes. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Hello, salut, David. Very nice to see you. Now this, I might confuse myself, so I'll have to reference a prior video. Oh, hi, Aaron Kim. Nice to see you from Korea. Yeah, Georgetown Cupcake. We just passed Georgetown Cupcake. We did. Now this building and the one next door, these are part of the foreign mission from Ukraine. I don't think it's the official embassy. Sad, because I've done an entire architectural study of all of the embassies. And I can't remember if this is the embassy of Ukraine, or if some other building is. But I'm always befuddled with the music that I keep hearing. So sorry. Careful for copyrights. Yeah, the flag is up there. And so it's, I think it's an economic, I really do think it's like part of the economic mission. So I'll have to go back to my previous video and probably correct myself if I'm wrong. But yeah, the flag and the crest is there over that archway. So it's part of the foreign mission from Ukraine. Katie, I work in and around Washington, D.C., and I've lived in this area my whole life in different parts of the D.C. suburbs and the Baltimore suburbs and downtown Baltimore.
Not scared of immigrants.
So this is my neighborhood. All of it is.
You know what one of the biggest things I'm doing here in the you didn't even know why you like take more and have to find it. I've never even done it.
Oh, hey, look. Diziz, they don't just have ice cream. They have donuts, too. So Jubilee Ice Cream also has donuts. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. All right, off to Katie's Alley. We're going to Leopold's. This is part of that danger of walking in Washington, D.C. Carefully over these cobblestones, and flip-flops are not good for this. No, for sure. But yeah, you just have to be super careful and watch where you're walking. Just constantly look up and look down while you're appreciating the old architecture here. Katie, it's great. I recommend, people visit Washington, D.C. to go to the big museums and the monuments and the memorials, which are all fantastic. But getting out into the neighborhoods, especially if you're a fan of history or architecture, is amazing. And you could spend days and days walking through these areas. We've been to Georgetown, Alexandria, Virginia, just across the water. All of the residences around Capitol Hill. The embassies on Massachusetts Avenue and that entire area. One of my next videos will be in the more industrial area where the newer embassies are. I call it industrial. It's the purpose-built embassies area off of International Drive near the University of the District of Columbia. Well, thank you, Erin. I appreciate that. I know, donuts. Well, we're going to Leopold's. Also, this is a fashion play. If you're looking at the folks walking around here, there's certainly some beautiful people walking around. This is definitely a fashion place. And we're back to Georgetown Cupcake. If you want a super expensive cupcake. It's cupcake. Raya, hi! Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. Thanks for joining. We're in Georgetown. We're not going to be here for too long because it's going to rain any minute. And I'm just headed across the street to Leopold's to grab a little snack. Leopold's is an Austrian restaurant. Foggy Bottom, yeah, so Foggy Bottom is that way. And Foggy Bottom is the closest, let me get out of the way here if people want to cross. So Foggy Bottom Metro is the closest metro to Georgetown. As big and busy as Georgetown is, it doesn't have a metro station because, number one, it's right on the water. Number two, it has the canal. There's just not a good way to drill, to dig the metro tunnels here in Georgetown. So the Foggy Bottom Metro, it's about a half a mile that way. It's a very, very easy walk. Done it myself. The Foggy Bottom Metro also lands you right on the campus of the George Washington University here in Washington, D.C. Is parking a problem? Keith, that is a fantastic question. I don't think so. I'm here multiple times per week. I can always find parking. I know where to park on the streets, especially if you come on the weekends with a family, it's super easy to park around the monuments and the memorials. So don't let parking dissuade you from visiting. Also, be careful of the parking garages because they cost a lot of money. Parking on the street can cost you just a few dollars an hour, for 2 or 3 hours actually. So I think my last little ticket said $2.75 for 2 hours. But you go to a garage and the minimum might be $15 and you might have to pay $30 or $40 just for a few hours. So be really careful. Hi, Benita. Great to see you. Hi, Richard. Richard, good morning. Richard, where are you from? Where is it morning? Hi, Samuel. Great to see you. They have a Christadelphian church on Hyattsville and Riggs Road. I know where Hyattsville and Riggs Road is because I went to the University of Maryland. So I know all about that area. That's pretty cool. Hello, MDL from Croatia. Very nice to see you. Cupcakes are overrated. Yeah, I think they've like peaked. I think cupcakes have definitely peaked. Best place to walk. Oh, yeah, the red brick. Raya, the red brick is great. It's just a little dangerous, you know. Now, I am down to one bar. So, if I lose you all, I will say bye-bye. I'm going to keep streaming, but for some reason, my phone just went down to one bar. So if for some reason the stream cuts out, I really want to say thank you. Special sand cement that is used to glue the stones together and stop earth deposits. Oh, wow. Hello, MA. Yeah, I spent a lot of my years in College Park, Maryland, for sure. I'm gonna cross. Woo! That's a big bug. We're having those crazy lantern bugs here right now. That was the first one I saw here. They're all around my building at work. They're the ones with the black and gray wings and the big red blotch on them. And they are invasive. So when you see them, smush them. Smush them for sure. Now we'll walk through Katie's Alley. Ooh, now these are the kind of shops you get. You get these beautiful design shops here where the very wealthy people buy their kitchens and their clothing. Look at that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I do like the marble sinks. I think the marble sinks are pretty cool. Ooh, and a big copper bathtub. That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's all I can afford is the window shopping for sure. All right, this is it. This is Katie's Alley. I have to be careful. There's a QR code right in front of me. I don't want to zap it with my phone. I haven't figured out how to turn off the phone from capturing the QR codes and then stopping the stream. So we're here, we're inside between the buildings on M Street to get to the shops and the restaurants down here in this little hidden area. If you want free parking on the weekend and are willing to walk, just park off of Clara Barton. Yes. Coca, I talked about the C&O Canal. That's where we started here because the C&O Canal starts in Georgetown. Yeah. And I'm going to do the whole canal. I've done about 1/3 of it. But I'm gonna do all of it. It's on my completionist journey. I never know, is it completionist or completist? After that guy who was a scammer, he called himself the completionist, but I think I want to call myself a completist. Anywho, but here's the nice little courtyard down here. I know, a little alley, right? So we just came down this beautiful little alleyway. Some people don't even know it's here. We're going to be really super careful walking down the steps, watching the steps, not the stream, into this beautiful courtyard at Leopold's. gonna walk through for a second. Check out the beautiful fountain. Little tiny shops here in this little alley behind the alley here in Georgetown. And then if you walked here, it would take you to the canal, to the end of the street, and then hang a right. You would be at the canal. But I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for a minute. Now, should we eat outside? Is it too hot to eat outside? Please use side entrance. Hi, is there seating outside?
You have to check in inside, that's all.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Are you sitting in just yourself?
Yeah, it's just me.
It's just you just sit down. I see you, so I'll check you in. Okay?
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Awesome. So I'm just going to sit here and look at the lovely fountain. Lovely. Oh, that's so nice. So yeah, so this is Leopold's Austrian Bakery and Restaurant. Hi, Joe. How are you? Yeah, I'm just going to gaze at the fountain. Order a drink. Have some food. It's super hot outside, but you have these you can see they have these fans. So they put the fans out here, which is really nice to create a little bit of a breeze before the rain comes. So I'm about 3 blocks away from my car, so if it rains, I'll be okay. Hi, thank you so much. I'm gonna have a Prosecco to start, please.
So we have fruit, is that okay?
I'll have that, whatever you've got.
Can I also start you with water? We have bottles of water, tap water.
I'll have tap. DC tap is fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
DC tap is fine. So this is Leopold's menu. Gosh, and if my nails happen to get in the shot, I am sorry. I was digging this weekend, so my nails are not done. I'm gonna try very hard not to expose my nasty fingernails. Hello, rhinoceronte. So cocktails, I'm not doing cocktails. I'm doing, having a champagne. Lovely. Willkommen to Cafe Leopold. Wonderful. I'm gonna have, okay. So we have salads and appetizers. Oh, the crostini looks good. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Spätzle, schnitzel, zucchini pasta. That's not happening. Or we can go straight to dessert. We can go straight to dessert. I know, I could too. Appetizers and dessert, that's all I need. We could do soccer tour. Oh, there's the mosquitoes. Okay, now I remember why I don't do this very often in the evening. It's the mosquitoes. They're coming to get me. So I may end up just having a quick drink, actually, because the mosquitoes are starting to get me. I should remember to use bug spray. Oh well. So the dessert, what did I say? There's the Alpenstrudel. There's that thing. There's a beignet. There's a banana split. I think I like the soccer tort. I've had that before. I think the, oh no, or lemon cream tart. Or the Fraser pistachio, that's it. It's the Fraser pistachio cake. That's what we're gonna get. The Fraser pistachio cake. There we go, I've made up my mind. Well, everyone, I wanna thank you for joining me today on my little journey through Georgetown. Iced Earl Grey. Not today. Yeah, I know. Bill, thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely will be super careful so I don't trip. But I want to say thanks to everyone. As soon as my champagne gets here, we'll end the stream with our champagne. Enjoying this fountain. Lovely. It is quite peaceful here. I'm probably disturbing everyone else's peace by chatting on the phone, but everyone's quite friendly here. And I haven't felt a raindrop in a while, so we might be okay. And I'm avoiding the traffic. This is why we're here. We're here to avoid the traffic. Now, I think the food will be okay. Mahalo. Mahalo. Hello, Feliciano. Very nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. There's a big old plane going over. It's just peaceful. Sitting at a fountain, for sure. Raya, you know, I was looking at the banana split. I really was looking at the banana split, but I remember, like, I really like the pistachio cake here, called the Fraser cake. And I don't get that very often. I actually don't know any other place that has it. Should probably learn to make it. That would be a good thing to do. They have a famous artwork at Toronto City Hall by Henry Moore. It looks similar to the art there. Oh, wow. Oh, there's another mosquito. I can see them now. They're coming at me. Well, thank you, Mahalo. Thank you. I try to be nice. I definitely try to be nice. I'm going to have the Fraser cake.
Yes, of course.
That'll be awesome. Thank you so much.
That will be all?
That'll be it. Thank you. Yeah, no dinner. Just dessert today.
Perfect.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, of course.
And so there's my bubbly. My bubbly in a fountain. What a great shot to end on. Everyone, have a fantastic night. Have a great rest of your week. Please check out Film Club on Stasis Geeks channel. This Saturday is our 50th film club. 50 film clubs we've had. It's at 3 o'clock. You can also get the link. I'll post the link in the community section of my channel as well. Have a wonderful evening, and everyone, take care.